Well, hello.
Good morning, Mr. Sablehouse.
Good morning, Ms. Sablehouse. Welcome to Married to Real Estate. But I have to say, the little change. Now, it could be grandparents married to real estate or
To figure out how to get the grandkids in. I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
well, I would
I'm
like,
getting used to being a Gigi.
yeah, I was about to officially introduce Gigi
Oh.
to the world.
Well,
Right?
thank you.
We
You're
are new, proud grandparents of identical twin girls named
Charlotte and Savannah.
Cute as could be.
They're cute as buttons. The parents are doing great.
They are.
They're-
Proud of everybody there.
Yes, they're big awesome.
Spring market,
Yes. Well,
inventory. What's going on?
things are pretty tight out there. And let me just say happy first day of summer.
Oh.
Yep, because we've got that going on, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So is your favorite day of the year. It's the most daylight.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's a lot of people's favorite day. I know. Now it gets shorter from here, which is always a little bit sad, but we'll have to enjoy it while we can.
Yes, ma'am. It's quick. It's not that quick that it gets shorter, so we have time.
I know.
We'll enjoy the summer.
You can see a golf ball, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Late in the day and early in the morning.
All right, on to business. Come on.
All right. So when we're talking about inventory, we're looking at the spring market, and a lot of people are saying, where are all the houses for sale?
Yeah.
And you are continuing to see the houses that are priced well. They come on the market, and the pace of sales is very quick. And so when you're trying to figure out the dynamics along that, you got to look at different places. The media, especially the national media, can be very confusing. One day they're saying it's a bubble, it's going to crash. Elon Musk is saying that, the real estate market is going to crash. But again, you can't have a bubble when there's not properties to sell. So, we have buyers that are out there looking. Best example is we just priced a moderately priced home in this area, a nice a townhouse, 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhouse, priced in the mid 300s. And in 5 days, we received 10 contracts. 9 of those were at list price or higher, and the top 2 were $30,000 over list price. And
Crazy.
it is a very fast-paced market out there. But again, all real estate is local, and you've got to really zero in on what's going on. But I do have some information I wanted to share. Dr. Eisenberg, he has a website that's called Graphs and Laughs. He's an economist, and he is a statistics nut. And I thought this was very, very interesting. And it was called Mortgage Moves. And I'm just going to read right from it because it was phrased very well. So 91.8% of U.S. homeowners with a mortgage have an average interest rate below 6%.
Okay.
What is the average? What's average, 30-year mortgage today?
Around 6.75.
Right. So basically, almost 92% of all homeowners have a rate that is lower than what you can get on the market today. And even more interesting than that is that he just says how it's up the decline over a course of the year because it was a little higher than that. It's just showing how he calls it rate lock in quotes. It's frozen existing homeowners in their tracks, and they don't know what to do, especially ones who are trying to downsize or trying to get to their next home if they had identical twins
Right.
and they need a bigger place. It's hard for them to let go of that rate. So here's even some more drilling down the stats. So we already know 91.8% of U.S. homeowners with a mortgage below 6%. 82% of mortgagees have sub 5%. So they have mortgages that are 5% or lower. 62% of everyone who has a mortgage has a rate that is 4% or less.
That's a crazy number.
It is. And almost a quarter, 23.5% of all mortgages have a sub 3% rate. And so when we look at inventory and why there aren't more homes on the market, it's because a lot of people are like, you know what? I can deal with staying here in a little bit of tighter home, or I'll deal with the large house and all the kids are gone for a little while longer because they just don't know what to do a lot of times because they're looking at that rate and don't know if it's in their best interest to move or not. And
Right. In the follow-up podcast of this, we're going to talk about rates, where they're going, where they've been, where they're going, just an update on that. But in your opinion, what could change that dynamic? Anything?
well,
as far as that loosening up to have more inventory coming on the market?
Well, there isn't any kind of phantom foreclosure inventory, which one of my buyers that came up and said, "Hey, I heard that there's going to be a whole bunch of foreclosures coming on next month. Is that true?" And I said, "No."
Because all those people with the low interest rates also have a lot of equity in them. Right?
Correct. Correct. So the prices of homes are still on the rise because, again, of supply and demand.
So I did see a little some where the builders actually kicked in last month in May, like the housing starts went through the roof, and but that's a lagging thing, but because it's going to take a while for those houses to be built and for them to really catch up. In certain areas, there's not enough places for them to build houses to catch up.
Correct. And when you're talking about nationwide, of course, we're dealing with Maryland and DC, Northern Virginia, and of course the Maryland and Delaware coastal beach areas. But when you look at places like California that have so many restrictions on builders, it's very difficult for them. Like you said, but there's nowhere to build, or the regulations are so difficult that they can't actually build those homes. But it is interesting, with the builders, how you said it is definitely lagging because they don't really jump on things until they know it's a sure thing. And right now, with no inventory on the market, they are hot to trot to build new homes. So we have a great amount of experience in guiding our buyers in new construction and are always available to assist you. And just always remember, when you're working directly with a builder, they are only looking out for themselves and their contracts are very geared towards them. And it's really good to have an agent in your corner. They make the same amount of money whether you have an agent or not. And so it's really good to have an advocate on your side.
Yes, ma'am.
So, all right, well, let's wrap this one up. We'll keep it sweet, short, sweet, and we'll get on to talk about some rates.
Sounds great.
All right, happy first day of summer, everyone.